So hello, dear friends, Mr. Chairman, colleagues, politicians, important people from all over the world. I'm from Switzerland. My name is Roger Köppel. I'm a member of our parliament in Bern, but I'm here on behalf of my magazine, Die Weltwoche, which is definitely a no-woke zone, is definitely a non-woke publication, 90 years old, which shows you that you can grow very old and very healthy without capitulating in front of this disease of the mind, which is woke. I'm greatly honored to be here today. Thank you very much for the organizers. I'm a great admirer of Hungary and your country, of course also of the United States. These are the original freedom fighters, as the Swiss, of course, since 1291. We have pushed out the Austrians. No offense, today we live on very good terms. Even in skiing, we are beating them. It's hard for Austria, but they can get over it. No, Hungary, United States and Switzerland are in a way sister republics, and we have a lot of common that unites us and that inspires us. And this, of course, is also our deep adversity against this phenomenon which is called a woke culture. Switzerland, I have to say, is not part of the European Union, but Switzerland is a deeply European country. And I would say that Switzerland, in many respects, is much more European than the European Union. And I would say, as a fierce defender of Swiss independence, I would say, as soon as the European Union becomes more European, there is a slight chance that even Switzerland one day might join the European Union. But in the European Union, you have too much uniformity of thinking. You have too much top-down politics. You have no respect for different cultures, different traditions, different historical experiences. And this is something that we Swiss have in our genes, you can say, or in our institutions. We are a very diverse country, built bottom-up and not top-down. And this is the great danger, because for me, Europe is the continent of true diversity, with so many fascinating countries cooperating together, of course, also warring against each other with traumatizing, terrible experiences. But come on, I believe in progress. I believe that this history of warfare and dominance and colonialism has somehow lost its touch with the people. And this is the most important point I want to make in my short presentation today. What we discuss here, woke, is definitely not a disease of the people. It's a disease of the elites. It's a disease of the so-called elites in politics, in media, in the churches, in the military, the intellectuals, and all these well-meaning people who think they are the vanguard of civilization, they are the crown of existence. But if you look at it, it's just the same old story of intolerance, of the wish to dominate, to tyrannize. But again, it's not the people that are intoxicated by this poison, it's especially the elites. And Mr. President Orban, he said that woke is a man-made virus created not in Wuhan, but created in Brussels. Well, that might be true, but I tell you, this woke virus has different names, and it is among us since many, many years. The same mentality you have seen in antiquity when the Romans crucified their opponents on the roads. You have seen woke culture in the Inquisition of Spain, where they executed with all their terrible, terrible instruments all the non-believers. And then you had, of course, the woke Inquisition during the times of the Reformation. I'm, of course, a proud Calvinist and Protestant, but with a Catholic father, so you see the friendly coexistence also in my family. So you have it then, and of course, you had the total madness of woke culture in the 20th century. International socialism and national socialisms were woke ideologies. Each one of them believed to turn the world into a paradise, into heaven. The socialists thought they will turn the world into a paradise of just one class and love, peace, and happiness. And the Nazis believed they could turn the world into a paradise of just one race of peace, love, and happiness. And we all know how this came out. The attempt to create heaven on earth will always produce the most terrible of hells. And this is the danger of this woke culture. But I want to say an optimistic thing here. This woke virus is the result of decadence, and it's the result of easy money, and it's the result of people at the top of our governments and in our media and in our institutions. The schools have been mentioned, the church could be mentioned too. And these people have lost their minds. These people have temporarily lost their touch with reality. And therefore, woke means also warfare against reality in each sense, in each meaning of the world. And we as conservatives, we should bring back the sense of realism. We should bring back reality, not only in schools, not only in domestic politics, but also in foreign politics. Ladies and gentlemen, I just came in now from Zurich. Before that, I was in Berlin. And now, please don't tell everybody else, because it will be used against me, I was in Moscow. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I believe in the power of conversation. I believe in the power of understanding fascinating, different cultures and civilizations. I'm not into this new absurd version of the Cold War that now these woke people are trying to construct on this earth. Of course there are conflicts, of course there are terrible wars, but we should not turn these conflicts and these wars into religious warfare, into crusades, which will create only the bad, only evil, destruction, death, and the end of the way of life that we have so hard and our ancestors have so hard worked for. Therefore, dear friends, I urge you as conservatives, fight this woke culture with supreme confidence. And you know, negativity will never prevail. I've studied Hegel at university. Nobody is perfect. But one thing was very important. Hegel, even the old Hegel said, positivity will prevail. The negative forces are not here to stay. But without our resistance, without our oppositions, they will not come about. And therefore, one very last thought, I'm not so much concerned about woke leftists. That's too cheap for me. The Greens and the lefts, they have always been woke. What concerns me more are the woke conservatives, the neoconservatives, the new crusaders who take up this wrong left philosophy and try to put it into the mainstream of conservatism. And therefore, my dear friends, be aware not only of the woke guys on the left, but also for the woke guys on the right side. And if you do that, I'm sure the positive future will come about much sooner. So I used my time. Thank you very much. Have a great day and a lot of inspiring talks. Thank you. Bye.